Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Carrison here, and it's time to get into Season 3 of Chucky, or at least the first half of this season, because I am aware that the season is going to be split into two, with the second half, I think, coming early 2024 due to the strikes that's been happening, so yeah. But I am excited nonetheless, because I've really loved the first two seasons of Chucky. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what this season has in store. Just given how everything went down with season 2, especially with the millions, well, it's over exaggerated, but the boatload of Chuckies that of course were killed off one by one. Yeah, we got that ending, especially with Tiffany. So yeah, taking Lexi's sister as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen this season. I know little bits and pieces with it being promoted before it came out. I'm actually a week behind in regards to when the first episode came out, just because of the fact that I just come back from a break. So yeah, obviously when this is up on YouTube, I should be a few more episodes ahead compared to, in terms of recording compared to the YouTube release. So yeah, it might be episode 3, it might be episode, I might have caught up to all of the episodes by the time this is out, but still, I'm excited, so why don't we get into this episode of Chucky. It's episode number 1 of season 3. Let's go.
What did he say?
He said, we're all going to die.
Well, that is a fact of life. We are all gonna die.
Sweetheart, come on.
One day.
Let's get back to bed.
I know. It's macabre.
Joseph is here.
What?
Shit!
To protect me from the ghost.
Yeah, Joseph. That's his name. Oh, shit.
It's okay?
Okay.
I thought you said
Good night, sweetheart.
Joseph was going to protect you, so
Don't
he's going to
forget
protect you.
Joseph.
Good night, Joseph.
Kiss him. Oh, shit. Chucky in the White House. Chucky in the White House. Who would have thought? Like, when we began with Child's Play, who would have thought we would see Chucky in the White House, right?
Teddy?
This way, man.
I'll be right there.
Oh, Teddy's gonna die.
Grant, it's me.
Yeah.
Mom, we have to go.
All right, come in.
What the
What the hell are you doing?
I love how Devin just keeps popping up though. Like this, like he dies, he pops back up as a new character,
Great.
dies
Amazing.
again. Yeah.
What?
Ah!
Bad boy.
He thought the dog did it. It was him. It was Chucky. You apologized to the doggo.
Back upstairs.
Yes, sir.
This behind the innocent facades, the most popular mass-marketed dolls of the last 100 years.
Holy
The horror.
shit.
That is Cupid. Barbie, Raggedy Ann, and Andy.
Not Barbie!
Daddy Cat, Baby Nancy, Cabbage Patch, American Girl. But as you can
Like
see,
all of the
the last
dolls.
doll.
But the power was restored before that became necessary.
Would you say that this incident could point to larger concerns about security? In the White House.
Oh, there will
and
be some
by
concerns
extension,
in
the
regards to
nation as a whole.
security when bodies start
James Collins
popping
was
up all over the
elected on a
place.
platform
Charlie Madison supposedly haunts the rose garden in springtime, protecting the buds from an early frost.
Henry, where did you get that book?
From the gift shop, in the drawer downstairs.
Ah!
The most notorious ghost
We're getting
in the
those
White
books
House
recalled.
involved President to come to school with me today. He wants to go to work with you. He wants to see the Oval
No,
Office.
no, no.
Have fun.
It's your responsibility.
So, Mr. President, who's your new bodyguard?
He asked me to bring it to work today.
Did he have to, though? Yep, this was a good idea, leaving the bloody letter opener for this little shit to cause havoc. And now Chucky's all alone in the president's office. President Chucky. Hey!
Okay. So, now that I got your attention, last year on Christmas Eve,
Flashback.
my mother was murdered in cold blood.
Yeah. I think murdered is
My sister
underselling
Caroline was kidnapped.
the gravity of the situation.
Well, he's more of a sports guy, but he's a good kid, smart kid. Big heart, just like you.
Joseph's got a big heart, too. At night, when I listen really close, I can hear it beating.
Jeez. Teddy's just like, oh god, this kid's traumatizing. Oh shit. Chucky was just having the time of his life, just being in the seat of the president.
We've been here for months. If you don't make a decision, you can miss your window of opportunity.
Don't be so pessimistic. The Post said
You
just
might
the
be
other
here
day we
4
wanted to be a
years.
two-termer.
Oh.
Well, I doubt that.
Well, no rush.
Chucky might make it a
understand.
one-termer.
Jackie and
He's low-key thinking that, yeah, that doll is giving me the goosebumps. But he's got the letter opener and... No, Teddy, no! No, Teddy! Oh my god!
Also noticed a figure from a lot of the footage and pics from that time. A good guy doll. We all know the connection that good guy
Spreading
dolls have
the
with Hackensack.
truth.
Going all the way back to the 60s and Charles Lee Ray.
He's utilizing that podcast really well. Go on.
Century.
It'd be an accident. But yes, it appears this tragedy was self-inflicted.
President Collins has positioned this administration as
She's
one
back
of
again.
utmost transparency. But given this scandal, forgive me, this tragedy, will the president honor
better
his promise
wording.
to be complete?
None of us knew where we would have helped him.
Yeah, that's it though.
Teddy,
Like
come back
nothing
to haunt me
irregular.
too?
Oh. Nothing
What about
irregular
Joseph?
can explain this
When can I
apart
have him
from.
back?
oh, not
Yeah, the only thing that can explain this is that he was in a bad place.
Rated halls of American history.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing, you know, more scandalous that's happened in the White House, right? Oh my god! Jesus! You know, this probably explains Mr. Biden. I'm kidding.
So if some doll gives him any sort of comfort, then who are we to take that from him?
You're stoned, aren't you?
Use words of wisdom when you're stoned.
Fuck it. We're ready.
Fuck, I love you.
Is this gonna be misdirect or something, or are they actually gonna...
for your sister. Maybe I can help. I'm great with little kids.
Shit.
Mine just says, fuck you, Devin.
Hello?
Oh, wow.
You know, Jake, you have a beautiful... My new place is pretty strict about visitors.
Yeah, the balls in his court, really. Him
You wanna
being
play?
at the White
Let's
House.
play. But give us a clue.
You think we should tell her Chucky's back?
Yeah,
So
like
she can
she's
kind of
involved
protest.
in this whole Chucky situation.
It's too
But
dangerous.
yeah.
I mean, she's done everything she can to help us. The least we can do is try to protect her.
Hey, I can hear you whispering in there. Less chatty, more texting.
Come on, let's bring her in, like, with the recent call that Chucky
None
has
of
made.
us forever. Amen.
Feel so bad for Henry, but yeah. Fuck you, Chucky, for getting rid of Teddy.
Fire! Ready.
Find your peers. We have a lot of catching up to do. But fret not, I am gonna mold those squishy little minds into founts of knowledge.
Sounds a little painful.
Yeah, it sounds a
I'm gonna
little
go start on a
painful,
lesson
but no pain, no gain.
And a glass of wine.
I love her contribution here, though, but yeah.
There. We'll go to DC and we'll stop him.
We can't get in there. It's the White House.
I don't care if it's the fucking moon.
Woof.
He knows where my sister is.
Season 4!
This is right. We're gonna kill Chucky, guys. Once and for all.
Very distorty. Again.
Yeah.
Once and for all, until season 4. Damn, that camera angle was very distorty, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Oh boy. But this was a great setup episode for season 4. Starting off kind of fresh, of course, but still keeping some aspects from the previous 2 seasons, with the fact that you've got Jake, Devin, and Lexi, as well as Miss Fairchild as well, who amazing. But it's, you know, it's got a new terrain there with the fact that you've got the president, you've got Chucky in the White House, and of course everyone there is going to be completely oblivious because, you know, it's ludicrous about, like, bring up the idea, like, that's it though. Jake and Co are going to have to try and convince the president that this doll is alive. I'm expecting some meta commentary, by the way, like last season. But yeah, they're going to have to, and no one's going to buy it, like, yeah. So, whereas last season it was a bit more easier in terms of explaining what was going on within the school, because Jake, Lexi, and Devin were there. It's going to be a bit harder for all of these new characters who are completely new into, or like in terms of Chucky being there, it's completely new terrain, and there's going to be no one who's going to bat an eye until, of course, Chucky does speak with Henry. You know, it's pretty much open season for him. So yeah, bastard killed Teddy though. I mean, it was coming, but still. Yeah, it is going to be interesting to follow the season, and, you know, when we do hit the halfway point, and then we get to that split, it's going to be, you know, low-key disheartening, because I feel like we'll be wanting more, because obviously we're not going to be able to cram everything within the first 4 episodes, and like I said, it's going to be split. It's not like there is a unknown if there is going to be like a second half of season 3. We know it's coming, it's just going to come a bit later, of course. So yeah, but because there are going to be certain things like the intensified dramatics of course, Devin, Lexi, and Jake getting into the White House and confronting Chucky. But there's also stuff like Caroline with Tiffany, and Nika potentially. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see where this season does go. But yeah, I really loved this first episode. It was really great to get a good vibe about we spent so much time focusing on these new characters that are not going to be an afterthought just because Jake, Devin, and Lexi are still going to be a bit of an occurrence, and I'm guessing Miss Fairchild, considering the fact that she knew that there was something off with Chucky, and surely she's got to be involved, surely. But now that, you know, the trio know of the whereabouts of Chucky. But yeah, it's gonna be. It was really, really great to get a good vibe, and you know, a lot of the episode focusing on this family, because it's really, really great for us to get a bit of a detail about, okay, what are these characters like? And of course there's going to be, you've got to draw first blood, really, with Chucky now hiding within the White House, and of course that is presented itself in terms of the death of of Teddy, should I say. And what a death it was as well. Like, he went right for the eye, and the eye just completely flew out. So yeah, but you could feel that death. You can feel the presence of that death, really, with Henry, because there was such a closeness that, to the point where I mean, he did refer to him as a friend, but also you know, he could be great Uncle Teddy and all of that, and yeah, so you've got to draw a really, really big impact to Henry, who obviously is going to be the one manipulated by Chucky. So yeah, and Chucky is just playing it safe for the time being, especially within the White House. It's a pretty big deal. So yeah, and this is probably a really, I don't know, more dangerous area for Chucky to be in, and yet it's so safe because of the fact that no one can intervene on his plans and all of that. But at the same time, if something goes wrong, Secret Service agents are just going to be absolutely on him. Although, again, there is that believability. But like I said, it is so safe as well at the same time, not just because of the fact that Devon, Lexi, and Jake are not going to be able to intervene and all of that, but also because no one knows him. No one knows that this doll is going to cause havoc and all of that. As far as people know, Teddy took his own life. It's well, there's already a bit of a narrative in terms of the ghosts and all of that affecting little Henry. So Chucky might be able to utilize that in terms of influencing Henry. But also, I did find it very interesting in terms of the whole Joseph situation, because earlier, the president, played by Devon, because of course, I'm expecting season 4, you know, he's got a role or something. If there's going to be a season 4, please. I know I'm hoping early from the gate, but I love the Chucky franchise. Anyways, yeah, he did mention about the fact that it's very convenient, isn't it, that he's named Joseph? And I'm like, okay, wonder what that's about. And then we did learn about the fact that when they were mourning for Teddy, when the president and his wife was mourning for Teddy, they were worried about Henry, about the fact that Teddy was gone, but so was his brother. Yeah, at first I wasn't sure if it was his other brother. That does seem to have that kind of rebellious nature to him, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to be problematic to Henry or anything. He does seem to have, I don't know, just with that scene with the agent, there does seem to be, I don't know, despite the rebellious nature, he does seem to have, I don't know, a bit of care potentially. We'll see. But yeah, I wasn't sure if it was him or if it was a brother that he actually lost. Because of course there's still details that are going to be vague and all of that, and I'm putting the math together. I think, you know, the family did lose a kid named Joseph, and with Chucky using the name Joseph, he's took that as ammunition. He likes to manipulate and all of that. So and I would not be surprised if he did that. So yeah, but like I said, it was really, really great to get a good feel about this family. So yeah, I love the fact that they brought back Devon, because, yeah, like I said, he could just hit the reset button in terms of his approach to the doll. And whereas he loves being a part of this series, hence why he's played like different characters all throughout this show. I think this is 4. This is character number 4. he must be traumatized by that bloody doll, right? Who wouldn't? So yeah, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with Chucky's time in the White House, because there are going to be many things he can utilize at his disposal. So yeah, and it's going to be very intriguing to see what's going to happen. I mean, he's given the invitation for the trio. Chucky's given the invitation for the trio to try to make their way to the White House, and yeah, because he knows that cameras are going to be pointed and all of that, and he made that phone call to the trio. So yeah. Love the fact that he said, fuck you, Devin. He didn't really have any, like, with Devin, he didn't have anything, really, in terms of what Chucky could use for ammunition, so he just said, fuck you, Devin. Whereas with Jake, obviously, he's trying to find the last, good guy doll and all of that, so, yeah. With Lexi, she's trying to find Caroline, so, yeah. But, yeah, I did really like the fact that we're still keeping tabs on the trio, like their story hasn't been concluded yet, because there, of course, are going to be some open-ended situations for the trio, especially with Lexi, with Caroline going with Tiffany at the end of last season. Of course, we're not going to leave that in the absence, so I think it was expected that the trio were going to return even if we had a new setting, because of for the very reason, because of the fact that you know, Caroline is still out there. But for Jake as well, there is that awareness that you know, Chucky is still out there, and he's got to deal with him once and for all, as well as complete his art collection. I do worry that is going to be ammunition. Like, that's been building for some time, hasn't it? Because we remember back in season 1 he was constructing art with figurines and all of that, and you know, he was listing off all of the different kind of dolls he was utilizing for this construction he was making, and he needed the good guy doll. I feel like that's going to be like some kind of manifestation, like this blob of faces and all of that Chucky's going to possess, and yeah. So that's my feeling, because I feel like there is a bit of importance there to focus on. I mean, it's also to focus on Jake finding his way back into what he was doing before, especially to highlight the fact that these kids are not, you know, hiding from the reality of what Chucky has done, and have, you know, gone back to their way, to the things that they might like doing, but also trying to present new information and all of that, trying to reach out to the internet in their own various ways, all utilizing the internet in some capacity, because you had Lexi with her first traps on TikTok, you had Devin go back to podcasting and vlogging for Jake, so they are all finding ways to not be traumatized, I guess, by the situation, not let Chucky win, but they're also trying to send the message out to the world, whatever that means. If it's like finding a good guy doll, if it's informing the public about Chucky and his activities, if it's about finding Caroline, it's all about pushing, like, there is still some meat into their stories, despite the fact that the multiple Chuckies that we had in season 2 have all been vanquished. Despite the fact that Chucky is far away in the White House, their stories still have you know, their stories still have meat on the bones. And of course, they see Chucky in the White House, and they've got to step in, especially with Chucky. He's got unfinished business with those three, as he would. I mean, those three are still alive, so and he's got a vendetta against the three, and that's unfinished business for Chucky. But you know, Chucky's unfinished business for the trio as well. Especially in terms of their own goals. For Jake, he wants to put an end to him once and for all, and for Lexi, of course, he is he is information, especially with Caroline out there. So yeah, so yeah, it is great that we are giving the kids some like semblance of a story, whilst also presenting this new terrain for Chucky to wreak havoc, a new victim in Henry that he can use at his disposal. It is really, really great stuff, so yeah. And of course there are going to be questions in regards to Tiffany, Nika, Caroline, where are they at the minute? How did Chucky get in the White House? But of course, episode 1 is not going to spill out everything that the season is going to contain. It's a journey, so... yeah, but I just felt like in this episode it was a really, really great way to set things up for, like, not just this new terrain for Chucky to cause havoc, but also to tell the audience as well, it's not done yet for Jake, Devin and Lexi. They've still got stuff to deal with. Yeah. For both seasons, they've kind of been victorious. I say kind of because, of course, Lexi felt the biggest defeat in that last episode in Chucky, actually, because of what happened to her mum. Despite everything in regards to her attitude, it was still horrific to see. And then, of course, Caroline decides to go off with Tiffany. So, yeah. But they dealt with Chucky and all of that. But that's not the be-all, end-all. Chucky is still out there, and they've still got stories to finish. But in the meanwhile, Chucky can cause havoc in one of the most, I'd say, powerful places on the planet. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen this season. But it's so far off to a really, really neat start, in my opinion. So, yeah. So, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!